let's look at it. The quarterly GDP numbers show that the Indian economy has proved remarkable resilient to watershed events such as demonetization and implementation of the goods and service tax. The highlighted part is has proved remarkable resilient to. Right? That's our, and from the options, what do you think is the answer? What is the meaning of resilient? Just as a vocabulary part, what is the meaning of resilient? Something that is able to recover quickly, right? You can be resilient to a particular problem, yeah? Something that is able to, it's almost like a recover, come back to the original state. So, let's say you fail multiple tests, week on week, AIM you're failing, right? But you're still showing some resilience, which meaning you're not giving up, right? You're able to come back to your original shape, meaning it is not, you're not losing confidence because of that, right? Which means you're somebody who's very resilient to the situation that is happening or to the problem that you're facing. You're able to keep on, you're able to continue to take the test and make sure that you pass the next one, irrespective of you having failed continuously, right? Having the resilience to move forward. It can also mean flexible in terms of things, right? A rubber band is a great example of resilience. You stretch it, and if you leave it, it will come back to its original shape. So in the context, it's saying the quarterly GDP numbers show that the Indian economy has proved how resilient? Remarkably resilient. So which means, obviously I need this to be in a, not an adjective form but a adverb form. So I will eliminate option 1. But otherwise everything else does have the adverb form. So which means, what am I looking at? But if I look at 3, it says resilience. I don't need a noun form here, right? Because we're talking about an adjective that describes the Indian economy, which is resilient. So again, I will eliminate option 3 based on incorrect word class. Resilient is an adjective form, resilience is the noun form. So I have to choose between has and have here. Obviously, Indian economy is a singular subject, so it has to be has and cannot be have, and that's why it's option 2 and not 4, right? So we've in fact applied all of the basic grammar concepts like subject verb agreement, word class, and we've arrived at our, and tenses, and we not tenses, subject verb agreement and word class, and we've arrived at our answer, which is option 2. Let's move on. One of the tactics of the tobacco industry is to use flavors such as cardamom and saffron to attract youngsters, triggering lifelong addiction. What's our answer here? To use flavors such as. So, and if you look at after following such as, obviously I have 2 flavors mentioned here, which is cardamom and saffron. So this is, what concept is this? Quickly someone tell me and identify the answer. What can I quickly eliminate? Option 1 and option 4. Why? In terms of sentence construction, we are saying one of the tactics is to do something, right? So we're talking about noun numbers, right? I have 2 nouns, cardamom and saffron, so I need a plural noun number, not a singular noun number, and that is only in option 2. Because option 3, though it has 2 U's, the infinitive form is correct, but the noun number is incorrect. It's a singular noun number. So that's why I have option 2 as my answer. Let's look at the next one. The WHO report notes that as cigarette usage has fallen in high-income countries, the tobacco industry has targeted younger users to make do for the revenue shortfall. To make do for the revenue shortfall is our answer. Is our highlighted phrase. So if I look at my options, I have to make off, to make do, to make out, and to make up. So all of these are, it's obviously our concept is phrasal verbs here. We need to choose a right phrasal verb. But what is the context meaning telling me? The WHO report notes that as cigarette usage has fallen in high income countries, the tobacco industry has targeted younger users to dash for the revenue shortfall. So in high income countries, cigarette usage has fallen. It has taken a dip, which means they're not going to get enough revenue. They're not going to be making enough money. So what do they need to do? What have they done? They have targeted younger users so that they can compensate for that shortfall, right, for the revenue shortfall. So which phrasal verb will bring in the meaning of compensate? To make up for, right, not make do. That's the right phrasal verb, option 4. As a phrasal verb, right, what is the meaning of make out? Have you come across that word? So I can say, I can't make out what you're saying, which means what? I can't understand what you're saying, right? That's one meaning. Right? I couldn't make out what she was saying. I can't understand what she was saying. There are a lot of meanings of make out, right? What are the meanings, do you know? I can make out a check to someone, which means I'm writing some information on a, check or whatever. Who are you making out this check for? Right? That's another meaning. You can make someone out to be something. Right? I can say, I made him out to be a liar, which means I caught him in his, he was trying to say something incorrect or false, and I caught him doing that, in that act. So I made him out to be a liar. That's another meaning. Right? Are you following? So in the context, that's not correct. To make out for the revenue, to compensate, to make up for. Right? That's our answer. Let's look at the next one. What's make do, by the way? Anybody come across make do? What is make do according to you? So have you heard people say, okay, so this is our plan. Do you think we have enough budget? Yeah, this will make do. Meaning, this will be enough. This will be sufficient. No problem. This will make do. Right? That's another meaning. We don't need that meaning in the context. Yeah, to make off is incorrect. Option 1 anyways. So that brings us to option 4. That's our answer. Let's move on.